First up, let's tell you about the Hindu hate plot, which has once again come to the fore again in United Kingdom. After Leicester, now there are protests which have broken out in Birmingham outside a Hindu temple on Tuesday evening. Unruly protesters belonging to a group named Apna Muslims have launched a violent demonstration outside the Durga Bhawan temple, which is there in Birmingham. Now, the videos that you can see on your screens, they surfaced online, which shows radicals chanting anti-BJP, anti-RSS slogans, as well as raising chants of Allah-Hu-Akbar. They even hurled threats and abuses towards the temple officials and also had tried to scale the temple fence. As per the reports, the protests were being held against the already postponed event of Hindu ideologue Sadhavi Hrithambra, which was supposed to happen there. Now, the incident comes close on the heels of violent clashes that we have seen erupting in the eastern England city of Leicester after an India-Pakistan cricket match in Dubai. Now, there were a couple of Hindu temples which were vandalized even in that instance. In fact, even a saffron flag that you can see on your screens was pulled down by unidentified person. In the back of it, now you have the latest protests which are coming in from Birmingham. Well, the visuals there are very worrisome because now we can see a systemic attack which is happening on symbols of Hinduism. Remember, there is even the Indian embassy which has taken cognizance of it, and it has sent a whip saying that it is unacceptable, these attacks on Hindus which have been happening. Let me go across to Mohit Bhatt, who's joining us with more. Mohit, the reason why this is very disturbing is because it's not just a one-off incident. It seems to be part of a larger pattern of attacks on Hindus and Hindu symbols. But before I come to you, Ratan Sharda is also joining us, an author here on the show. Ratan Sharda, should we be worried because all of this is happening in United Kingdom, which has sizable Hindu populations as well, and it clearly isn't a one-off incident, it's a pattern which is emerging?
I have said in the morning also, it's not a one-off incident. The excuse given about Indo-Pakistan match were thin, because where this incident happened, the attack on Hindu homes celebrating Ganesha were different. Then we saw the attacks increasing into mob violence. Then we saw Birmingham getting into it. Then we said another suburb also, Netflix or something, that is also get into this. So this is a very clear pattern, thought out pattern. It is unfortunate that the UK police has caught napping. It is unfortunate none of those politicians has taken any call on this, either in UK or in India. And this pattern of persecution of Hindus in the name of hinduphobia, where academics and the politicians have played a great part, and even our people from India have contributed to creating Hindu media and Hinduphobia. Now this will spread further because they are outnumbered 2-1 by Muslims, and Muslims have ghettos, and they are ready to come on the roads anytime. They have no other thing to do, and this is the reason why we find this continuous attack and police standing helplessly, just not controlling but not stopping. So
Sharda, now it's very clear that it's beyond just an India-Pakistan clash, because now the attacks have happened very targetedly on symbols of Hinduism. Yet there are many who have said that it is Hindu radicalism which needs to be arrested, even there in United Kingdom.
Well, in globally, where attacks on Muslims attacks by Muslims have taken place, from Nigeria, Somalia, Kenya to Europe to UK, there is no Hindutva.
Right.
The people from other communities have been killed for years together within themselves also. Were Shias killed in Pakistan because of Hindutva? Were Kurds killed in Turkey because of Hindutva? This is a violent cult which these leaders are promoting.
Okay.
And this has to stop, and people have to realize what it is. It is basically supremacist hate mongering. And unless the so-called secular illiberals see through this game, they will also be a victim of the same game.
Yes, there is definitely a pattern which is now emerging. Thank you so much, Ratan Sharda, for joining us. But Mohit Bhatt, if I can come to you now, there seems to be no worldwide outrage as one would have expected over this, because there were conferences which were being held across the world globally to dismantle Hindutva. However, there don't seem to be enough voices which are saying dismantle this kind of bigotry, this kind of hate against Hindus.
specific liberal lobby has different yardsticks when it comes to the Islamophobia or when it comes to the attack on the Hindus. And it's not an isolated incident that has happened yesterday at Birmingham. We know for a fact that how at Leicester we saw that how Hindu religious flag was completely toppled down from a temple over there, and there was a mob outside which gathered outside the mob, and they were raising anti-BJP and anti-RSS slogans. And what the Hindu community over there says is that they are living in fear. Now this has again happened in Birmingham. Now there are testimony of various protesters that is coming out where protesters are saying that we will not allow any BJP RSS worker or any program in that regard to happen in that particular area. And the protester over there says that behind me is a temple and we are here in huge numbers to protest against it. So why exactly are they protesting outside a temple? Why exactly are they desecrating a temple? That is the question that is being raised. And the questions are also being raised on the silence of that particular lobby who champions for the right of the minorities. But when it happens with the Hindus in England, in UK, then they're completely silent. And this is where the VHP, the RSS and various right-wing organizations are saying that the government needs to step up. We know for a fact that our Indian embassy has also stepped up. But this is something which is very shocking because people over there, I had word with many of them, they basically say that they are living in fear. There's a huge mob of Muslim protesters who are gathering outside the temples, not just in Leicester, not just in Birmingham, but in other parts of England, and they are raising slogans and people feel threatened over there. Right. So the security needs to be beefed up, and we also know that's
very disturbing that it's not just in Leicester, not just in Birmingham, other places as well across United Kingdom. People are saying they are living under a cloud of fear and threat. What is the reason? Listen in to some of these chants. You must tell us what is the response of the Indian government. They've already raised it with the British counterparts in.
Well, you see, Meghna, Indian embassy has taken the cognizance of this particular incident. They are in regular touch with the UK authorities. Now, the police is being deployed at various places to calm down the mob. But you see, if you see on these visuals that we were showing to our viewers at times now this mob, this Islamist mob have gathered outside the temples, and they are raising anti-BJP and anti-RSS slogans. So these temples are not being made by the BJP and the RSS workers. The BJP and the RSS doesn't go to these temples. A common Hindu goes to these temples, and they are being threatened. Imagine if you are going to a temple and you are being surrounded by hundreds of mob, you will be scared. And the people over there, the Hindus over there, they are saying that we are scared to move out. During night, the people get on the streets and they raise various slogans and they feel threatened. So this is something which is shocking. And all those who always talk about championing about the right to freedom, right to expression, should also come out and speak on this. That's what exactly they have to say. They are completely silent on this particular issue. Yes, you can have issues with the BJP and RSS, but you cannot desecrate a Hindu temple. You cannot remove a flag from any of the temple. You cannot gather in hundreds of number outside a temple chanting Allah-Hu-Akbar, and you are threatening the Hindus over there. This is something which is shocking. The government is trying to calm down the situation. The Indian embassy is also taking up issues, but the questions are also being raised on that particular lobby, Meghna, who always talks about these particular issues. That lobby is completely silent. And in fact, they're blaming BJP and RSS for this. The BJP and RSS are not there at the temple. The temple
absolutely. In fact, do stay on with us. This is a Times Now super exclusive. We have one of these hate mongers threat on camera. Listen into the words.
You're not welcome in Birmingham. You're not welcome in Leicester. You're not welcome in Nottingham. You're not welcome anywhere in the UK. None of your speakers, anyone you're trying to call these hate speakers that come down, we're going to turn up for all of them. So stop organising this bullshit. We're here now, outside the Mandir. It's a peaceful protest. We're not causing no trouble. But we turned up just to let you know if you come down, we're all going to be here for you. Look, show them, look around. Even the speakers cancelled. Look how many men have turned up. We've got no issue with Hindus that are from Britain. We got no issue with British Hindus. We grew up with them, we know all of them. But the rest of you BJP, RSS freshies, if you come in, you're going to get met by us every single time. So if you want to come to Birmingham, Leicester, Nottingham, London, just give us a time and a place and we're there.